Good afternoon, everyone. Well, I'm not going to say good afternoon. How about just afternoon from Bolivar Peninsula? I'm David with Bolivar Live. 51 to 54 mile an hour winds sustained. Gusts to 60 to 63 mile an hour is what I've clocked here on my wind app. Add in 3 inches of rain by noon today. Welcome to Hurricane Delta. We're on Highway 87 now between Gilcrest or Rollover Pass and High Island, and I've noticed the tide's down, and I saw that on the webcams earlier. But what isn't letting up is the winds, and this storm's coming in. It's going to make landfall probably 5 or 6 o'clock tonight, most likely, and they said we were going to get some tropical storm force winds. But we've got more than that down here, and the thing is, it's sustained. I've been watching the wind chart, and we've had 50 plus mile an hour winds sustained now, probably for the last hour and a half, maybe on and off a little bit. But the gusts are getting up to 61, 62. I think I saw one at 63 earlier. And we did have some power poles go down. And the only reason I'm driving this is because I know these power poles were put in this year, and they're good poles. I was watching them as I was getting ready, and you could see them wobbling back and forth. We had some lines go down on the west side of Blue Water subdivision. They've got part of the highway blocked off because it's putting tension on one of the poles across the highway. And so I wanted to go down here because I know earlier today Highway 87 got bad probably around 1 o'clock, 12 o'clock, or probably about from 11:30 to probably about 2. I know it was really bad. And I wanted to drive it so that you could see what it was like. But first, this Bolivar Live is brought to you by Stingery Restaurant and Marina, located overlooking East Galveston Bay, where I'm hoping that I can drink a frosty margarita tomorrow afternoon at Stingery Restaurant. Fresh seafood, hand-cut steaks, and an awesome sunset view. With a frosty margarita, you just can't beat it. Well, we're driving, like I said, we're driving down 87, and you know, I knew that, you know, the state has done an awesome job keeping this clean. But they can't have people out here in danger, and that's what it would be right now. Looks like they've got it pretty clean from earlier today, and we're going to go all the way down to High Island and take a look and just see how it is. Really, what surprised me here is everyone knows Delta's going into Louisiana, that we were going to feel some brunt of it. But I'm watching golf carts and UTVs coming into Crystal Beach when there's a major hurricane out in the Gulf. I figured they'd wait a day, but I guess they just wanted to get down and start vacation this afternoon, relax at the house, and then get out. And hopefully tomorrow all this is past. The way it's looking, later on tonight, you know, once we get to 10 or 11, hopefully a lot of this is past, and tomorrow we'll have sunny skies. But you can see the wind is just driving, and I made a post earlier about my storm gear, but there's no way in heck that I'm going to get outside the truck and do a report in 55 mile an hour winds with gusts to 60 or 65. It just ain't gonna happen. So I'm driving instead, taking you on a trip down Highway 87 to 124 so you can just see what the wind is like. I don't know if you can see it like I can, but it's just streaking across 87 here. The wind's coming out of the northeast, and it's just pushing my truck all over. This is one of those hold my beers, 2 hands on the wheel. And so But you can see, I looked at the radar earlier. It looks like it's going to go right up, Hurricane Delta is going to go right up through Jennings. And so we need to say our prayers for all these people in southwest Louisiana. And if it's this bad here, I can imagine what it's like in Beaumont, Port Arthur, Port Neches, Orange, all those southeast Texas towns. We need to say a prayer for everyone affected by Delta, because as you can see, right now we've got 50-some mile-an-hour winds, about 50 sustained, gusting to 60-something, and we're probably 152, more than that. How far we are from the storm, I guess, is what I'm getting at. So anyway, we did some live feeds earlier. We were out here this morning. Actually, there's a whole lot of beach, but it ain't looking real good. I mean, the surf is mean. It's angry. And there's some water pooling here where they clean the road. And so make sure if you're coming through here, you go with caution. I mean, I'm only able to drive about 35, 40 mile an hour safely. And so, but I'm going to pan around over here to see if you can see what this surf, and we'll pull in down at the curve and get you a good shot of the surf. But the surf is low, but it's mean. I mean, it just looks like it could suck you under and spit you out somewhere down the beach. I've been through storms. I did leave for Ike. I left for Laura and took a little vacation. But this thing just looks mean, and I can see the state looks like they are up here. Actually, the road's in pretty good shape. They've done a great job once again keeping the road clean. Now, I did get a message from TxDOT. The Bolivar Ferry was going to close, and I knew it was coming because of the winds, was going to close about 2:30 today. And so I don't imagine they're going to be open today at all. They'll wait until tomorrow sometime, and we're going to pull in here so you can look at the Gulf and see what it looks like. You can see TxDOT here. And like I said, TxDOT has done an awesome job keeping the highway clean. We're going to pull up here by the cross because everyone knows where it's at. But the tides dropped a bunch. And so, but I'm going to zoom in a little bit so that you can see just how gnarly and mean it looks. Hopefully that's getting you a good picture there. It's like it's sucking everything out. In this wind, like I said, we're probably, let me pull up my wind app real quick and see what it's like in Crystal Beach or Bolivar. Get an updated deal from you. Let's see here. Okay, Crystal Beach, Texas. And this is something I just pulled up. We've got winds sustained at about 50 mile an hour with gusts to about 55. We had a spike there between 2 and 4, probably about 245, where it went up to probably about, I don't have my glass, about 65. We've had a couple gusts to 65, but like I said, I drove all the way from Port Bolivar. The ditches are full. We've had a lot of rain. I know at noon, Tom told me that his rain gauge showed about 3 inches. So we've probably had, I would say, 4 inches of rain by now. And hopefully the camera will stay focused. But that's what the Gulf looks like. If you don't have to get out or you don't have to come down here, wait. It ain't worth the trip. You can come tomorrow morning. It'll be a whole lot better. In fact, I think it was about 6 or 7 tonight, 8 o'clock. No, it was about 9 o'clock tonight. The wind started to drop off, and I think by 11 o'clock it was down to 30 mile an hour when I was looking on the predictions. So we'll just have to wait and see. But anyway, wanted to show you what it was like. Highway 87's open. It's cleared. TxDOT's done a great job. The Bolivar Ferry is closed. We do have about 50-mile-an-hour sustained winds with gusts up to 60. I saw one spike there to 65. We do have some power lines down on the west side of Blue Water, or on the west side of Waterways, and the Crystal Beach Fire Department was in the road blocking it on the north side of Highway 87 because it was making tension and they didn't want another pole to snap. Want to thank TxDOT right now for what they've done down here at Highway 87, 124. They've got a crew here now. Want to thank the Crystal Beach Volunteer Fire Department, the ESD number 2 board, because I know they did some things to get ready for this. Doug Sanders and the crew there, the board there, the EMS, Port Bolivar Volunteer Fire Department, High Island Volunteer Fire Department, Judge Mark Henry, because he does take care of us over here. Want to thank Daryl Apfeld. I know he had a part. I don't know if I think Mays might have been involved with some of this a little bit, but want to thank everyone that's been involved for Bolivar to get ready for this so that everyone's safe and sound here on our 27 miles of paradise. So we're going to head on out. We'll be back a little bit later on. It may be by a picture, it may be by a live feed, but we want to let you know Bolivar's here. We did have a couple power outages, just a blink here or there. Power lines are down on the west side of Blue Water. Thanks Crystal Beach Fire Department for blocking the road there. And everyone that's involved in this. The big, excuse me, the big store is closed, and depending on the weather, they'll open tomorrow at some point, hopefully at 7 a.m. But they've got to make sure their people can get down from High Island safely. And so I'll talk to Keith a little bit later on today. You can see the wind blowing, the wind's blowing out of the northeast, and it's kicking down here. But we are doing pretty good for the circumstances. So anyway, let's keep our friends in Southeast Texas and Southwest Louisiana in our prayers. Some of them 6 weeks ago went through Laura. They're just now starting to get back on their feet. Some of them aren't even back on their feet, and now they're hit with this again. So we want to keep them in our prayers. Let us know where you're listening from. How's Delta affecting you? Are you in Houston, Dallas, maybe East Texas? Because this storm is going to take off up through central Louisiana as soon as it hits land, and probably wreak havoc on some of those up there too. So anyway, we're going to head on out. Hope y'all are having a safe day. If you don't need to be on the road in Crystal Beach, please stay at home. And until next time, say hi, say bye, give us a thumbs up, one of those little orange emoji smiley faces. I'm David with Bolivar Live. God bless, and bye-bye.